Tamil Nadu, a land of deep roots, a state of complex traditions, and a political landscape that is now shifting like the tides of the Bay of Bengal. In the modern era, we are witnessing a clash not of parties, but of philosophies. On one side, we see the physical presence of leadership, the leader who runs, the leader who is in the streets facing the heat, the sweat, and the reality of the people. On the other side, we see a master of the pivot, a leader whose colors change with the political winds, a leader whose expertise is in the art of the argument, but whose actions seem perpetually one step behind the needs of the people. Today, we dissect the phenomena labeled as the polarization of Tamil Nadu. The runner versus the chameleon, Vijay versus Annamalai. Welcome. This is the People's Whistle podcast. He is highly educated. He is incredibly knowledgeable. These are the praises we hear heaped upon K. Annamalai. In our modern era, we have fallen into a treacherous trap. We mistake intelligence for integrity and a vast repository of facts for a compass of morality. Knowledge is a tool, not a virtue. A man can know every law of the land and still find ways to circumvent them. A man can master the art of the debate and use it to shroud his true intentions. We don't need leaders who are highly educated. We need leaders who are honest, sincere, and caring. Tamil Nadu desperately needs leaders whose knowledge is used to solve the real problems society is grappling with. Not someone who is smart enough to navigate around them. We need diligence that translates into action and patience that withstands the scrutiny of the public eye. Is a leader truly dedicated if their primary skill is not service, but instead the art of pretending? Let's talk about the most pressing crisis in our streets. The drug menace. Recently, the political atmosphere in Tamil Nadu shifted. We saw Chief Minister C. Joseph Vijay on the ground, leading a marathon, start, run, stop drugs. It wasn't a press release. It wasn't a speech from a podium. It was movement. It was physical commitment to a cause. And then, the reaction. Suddenly, the political landscape is filled with the voices of those who were silent when the crisis was a whisper. Why now? Why did the urgency of the drug crisis only become a focal point for certain leaders after the momentum was taken by Vijay? If the mission was vital, why was it not the priority during the tenure of Annamalai, the former BJP president? Did he simply keep silent about Tamil Nadu's increasing drug problem while he was in politics? Let's be honest. He did bring up the matter on some occasions. He spoke, even made some noise. But there was nothing tangible, nothing that could bring about lasting changes. Is this the kind of leader Tamil Nadu is looking for? No! This is the Chameleon Effect. When the wind blows toward a specific cause, the leaders shift their colors to match it. It's a tactical maneuver, a way to capture the energy of a movement without having done the heavy lifting of building it. It's the difference between starting a marathon and being a spectator who shouts instructions from the sidelines once the crowd has already gathered. Let's move on to an aspect that defines the character of each one of us: the importance of integrity. Wearing masks is commonplace in politics, even in society. Everyone tries to put their best foot forward until something ruffles their feathers. How a leader reacts to an insult tells you exactly the kind of character he possesses. It's not about being a doormat. Having integrity doesn't exclude a civilized exchange of words. It requires wisdom and tact to know where to draw the line. Annamalai has deliberately rejected this. He's even gone a step further and given a stern warning. My response will be very severe. I will go below the belt against Vijay himself. Is this the kind of positive politics we can expect from Annamalai? A leader who lacks dignity and integrity. Do the people want such a role model for their children? A man who cannot even control his own mouth, let alone his temperament, is not suitable for any governmental position.
This brings us to our next point. There is a particular type of leader who mistakes defiance for strength. We see it in the refusal to apologize. Annamalai, when he was accused of calling reporters monkeys, made his stance unmistakably clear. I will not apologize. It is not in my blood. In politics, we often see individuals who view an apology as a surrender of power rather than a restoration of character. But there is no strength in an unyielding ego. It results only in isolation. True leadership is the courage to admit a mistake and rectify it. Very few leaders are capable of this, and Annamalai certainly isn't one of them. And then there is the question of law. We see Annamalai, who once wore the uniform, a man who was part of the system meant to uphold the law. He even held the esteemed title of IPS Officer in Karnataka. Yet, many wondered, is the man who swore to protect the law truly abiding by it in the chaotic arenas of political ambition? You may ask, is this just speculation? Is there actual proof? One count of statements creating or promoting enmity, hatred, or ill will between classes. One count of malignant act likely to spread infection of disease dangerous to life. One count of intentional insult with intent to provoke a breach of peace. Not convinced? There's more. 2 counts of disobedience to order duly promulgated by a public servant. 3 counts of continuance of nuisance after injunction to discontinue. 11 counts of negligent act likely to spread infection of disease dangerous to life. 14 counts of punishment for wrongful restraint. 19 counts of punishment for being a member of an unlawful assembly. These are criminal cases filed against Annamalai. Are these befitting a man who intends to be a public servant, even a leader of the state? When the pursuit of fame and the hunger for power eclipse the obligation to the community, the leader ceases to be a servant and becomes a tyrant, a political chameleon changing his skin to fit the era, but never changing his heart. The people of Tamil Nadu are not looking for experts in rhetoric. They are not looking for masters of the pivot. They are looking for the honest, the dedicated, the ones who are obligated to the community, not to the next election or the next media cycle. As the colors of politics continue to shift, we must ask ourselves, do we want a leader who runs with us, or a leader who simply changes his colors to blend in? What's your take? Comment below. See you next time. This is the People's Whistle podcast.